Hi everyone, we are now on page 65 and we're looking at a piece called Trumpet Voluntary by Jeremiah Clarke, who's a British composer. We're not really sure when he was born, but circa 1659, way back, and died in 1707. So that would put him roughly in the Baroque period. We usually consider the death of Bach at 1750 to be the end of the Baroque period. And he was born in 1685. So Jeremiah Clarke's a little bit older than Bach, but definitely writing in a Baroque style. There's a new thing in Trumpet Voluntary. It's very simple. Instead of having a 4/4 time signature at the beginning, it just has the letter C. And that stands for the word common, or common time. So the most common time is 4/4, so you'll often see that. It was like a shorthand throwback to the days when everyone had to write everything out by hand. So any little shorthand that we could do was used. So C is common time. Let's take a look at this piece. It's really a popular piece to hear at weddings. Very often this is what you'll hear at the beginning of the wedding, or it might be when the bride walks out. I know I've played a lot of wedding gigs, and I often would meet up with a trumpet player that was playing this, and I would do the accompaniment. So in this version, the chords are in the left hand, and they're conveniently in the key of C, G7. But then the melody does go between the hands a little bit. See that in measure 5 and 6? And then back to chords. So the melody's mostly in the right hand except in measure 5 through 7. Then it kind of switches back and forth. So why don't we, everyone, play the melody. If you feel like you can do the chords at the same time, go for it. Okay, so let's try. See how much you can do. 1, 2, ready, and. And this is a loud forte piece. Melody goes down there a little bit. G7 in the left, 2, 3, 4. G7. So notice that I did not put the chord symbols above the melody, and feel free to go ahead and help yourself by doing that. Some of you have maybe become a little reliant on having those, and there's no problem with writing them in. It'll just help you with your theory and recognizing chords. So go ahead and write a C or a G7 wherever they occur. Then you don't even really need to read the left hand that much, except where it has melody notes. So when you're ready, go ahead and add the chords if you weren't ready on first read through, which most of you probably were not. So feel free to rewind and try one hand, try the other hand, and then put them both together eventually.